Legacy Sports Network presents high school football from Missouri City, Texas. We have two teams tonight coming off disappointing games last week, hoping to get back on track and move above 500. It's the Alief Taylor Lions and the Hightower Hurricanes on the Legacy Sports Network Game of the Week. Hall Stadium in Missouri City is the site for the Legacy Sports Network Game of the Week. It is the Hightower Hurricanes and the Alief Taylor Lions. And hello everyone with Ken Moore. I'm Brett Dolan. Welcome to high school football here from Fort Bend County. Ken, we have two teams coming off disappointing weeks. Big difference between being 1-2 and 2-1. You know, both of these clubs hoping they have quite a bit of improvement to take place tonight.
Absolutely. Alief Taylor coming off a disappointing loss last week at home against Katy. They were shut out. Hightower just as well. They were shut out here at home against the Woodlands. So both teams looking to bounce back from disappointing efforts on last week.
Both teams need to find some offense. Let's start first with Alief Taylor. They have had a rich tradition of sending guys to Division I college football. They have some big-time prospects this year, including their wide receiver, Keenan Brown.
Keenan Brown, he's a big, strong kid on the outside, goes 6'4", 200 pounds. He'll be headed to Oklahoma State next fall. He's had somewhat of a slow start to the season, only 9 receptions, 121 yards, but he'll look out for a breakout performance here tonight against the Hurricanes.
As far as the Hurricanes are concerned, they'd like to get something going on the ground. They have a Division I prospect of their own in their running back, Roosevelt Appleton.
Yeah, Appleton looking to go to the University of Houston next fall as well. He had a solid game in week 1 against Alief Taylor. Excuse me, not against Alief Taylor. But anyway, in week 1, he had a solid performance. Eisenhower, thank you, 14-13 victory. All these teams get you mixed up out here in Houston ISD. Had over 80 yards on the ground. He's going to look for another breakout game here tonight.
Should be a fun one tonight. Couple of evenly matched teams, the Hightower Hurricanes, the Alief Taylor Lions. We'll be back with a kickoff coming up next on the Legacy Sports Network Game of the Week.
Time waits for no one. And those who look only to their past are rarely ready for their future. Never underestimate our ability, because after all, we are Texans.
The Taylor Lions, the Hightower Hurricanes, about ready to kick it off tonight from Hall Stadium here in Missouri City, Texas. Brett Dolan and Ken Moore, great to have you with us tonight. And Ken, let's take a look at your keys to this game.
Well, for Hightower, it's going to be about forgetting about last week. Let's put that behind them as they were shut out. Secondly, they're going to need to protect the rock. 4 turnovers last week against the Woodlands did them in. And then thirdly, they have to attack. Put pressure on Taylor as the Lions buckled under the heat from Katy last week.
Now, you mentioned that with Alief Taylor, a 49-0 loss to the Katy Tigers. They were down 43-0 at the half. They won't be the only team that has a tough time with Katy, but they have to find a way to bounce back. What's important for the Lions tonight?
Well, for Taylor also, they have to forget about last week as well, as they were shut out at home against Katy on national television. But in addition to that, they have to be aggressive on defense. Try to force Hightower into mistakes, and they also have to be better on special teams. So far, Ramon Medina, he's only averaged 23 yards a punt in the first 2 games. We may see the sophomore, Juan Aguilar, take over the kicking duties, or at least share them here tonight.
They say it's more important for the Hightower Hurricanes than Alief Taylor. Both teams obviously want to be 2-1. But you look at Alief in 18-5A, there are no undefeated teams through 2 weeks. A lot of bumps and bruises for most of the teams so far in that district.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a tough start for a lot of the teams out there so far. As you mentioned, with Taylor, they're 1-1. They beat Bel Air in week 1, 22-9. Looked great in that ball game. But as we mentioned, they struggled last week against Katy. And oh, by the way, next week they head out to Angleton. That won't be easy also.
There you see the Lions after the coin toss. It's a warm night, but a windy night. The wind could be a factor as this game progresses here in this wide open facility, Hall Stadium in Missouri City.
Yeah, weather this evening, 90 degrees at kickoff, but we do have a nice breeze coming out of the south-southeast at about 8 to 10 miles per hour, so that should help the players down on the field this evening. When the sun finally settles completely, we will have a chilly 86-degree evening when the sun goes down here tonight.
The Lions will like that. You see them jumping up and down, ready to kick this one off. They defeated Bel Air 22-9 in the opening contest before that loss to Katy last week, and again on national television. 49-0 game, but then again that was Katy's 40th consecutive regular season win. There are the Hurricanes in those bright green uniforms. They defeated Eisenhower 14-13. That was a road win in the first contest before losing to Conroe last week 17-0 and getting just 7 first downs in the game. But the good news for the Hurricanes, they will get the football first.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, Hightower defeated Alief Taylor over at Crump Stadium last season 33-14, a game in which Hightower led 27-0 midway through the second period and cruised to an easy victory. So tonight they're going to try to duplicate matters here on the Legacy Sports Network.
Medina will kick it off for the Lions, and it is a short kick. It'll be fumbled near the 20-yard line and finally covered up by Hightower. That could have been a dangerous play right out of the gates.
Well, we talked about in the open, turnovers have been a bugaboo for Hightower so far this season. They're going to have to try to control that here tonight.
Dumbuya fell on that football, so the Hurricanes will start first from their own 22-yard line, and there's a look at their starting lineup.
Yeah, leading them out at quarterback will be number 8, Don Wilkerson. The big tailback, number 4, Appleton, the guy we talked about. On the outside will be Smith and Johnson. The big guys up front, led by the center, Darrell Dolford, pick number 64.
Roosevelt Appleton, one of our featured players, lines up to the left of Don Wilkerson as the Hurricanes get ready for their first play from scrimmage. It is Appleton, and a nice gainer of nearly 8 yards on the first play from scrimmage for the Hightower Hurricanes.
You look at that Hurricane offense, they've been pretty suspect so far this season. Shutout last week, but we're going to look at this Taylor defense. They're led by Chris Hardeman. He'll also be headed to Oklahoma State in the fall. He's the cornerback. The big guys up front, Johnson, Darius Medford, El Amin. The corner, King. Middle linebacker, Cammett Campbell, number 52. Keep an eye on him defensively. He's sneaking up into the middle, showing a blitz right now.
Second and short for the Hurricanes. It's Appleton again, trying to lean forward. He'll be shy of the first down. He was wrapped up by Barrios, a senior defensive tackle, who made that stop to keep Appleton from getting the first down, and he'll draw it off on 3rd and short.
Again, this Hightower team in their forest green jerseys with the silver pants and helmets, white numerals and the black trim. Alief Taylor in their road white jerseys with the red trousers and helmets.
Wilkerson, the quarterback, just took the snap from under center, and the pile moves forward, and the Hurricanes will move the sticks. Only needed one. They ended up getting 3 or 4 yards with the push play into the defensive line of the Lions.
And they would definitely try to control the line of scrimmage last season against Alief Taylor. They rushed the ball 42 times for 171 yards, averaging over 4 yards a pop. And you see that same game plan so far here on the first series.
Gaining yards overall has been a bit of an issue, but so far so good for the Hurricanes. We'll see if Don Wilkerson may go to the air, and he will on the first play. In fact, a double pass. Landry throwing the ball downfield, but underthrown into the wind. That pass was intended for Keelan Johnson, but falls well shy of its intended target. There you see Chris Hardeman, one of the best defensive players in the city.
Yeah, and you saw a great call there by Coach McGinnis. He obviously saw something on film. Taylor sneaking up on that quick wide out pass, and they had a man open in the secondary, but as you mentioned, throwing into that 10 miles per hour wind just knocked the football down. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Okay, and there are times those gusts feel like they're more than 10 miles an hour tonight. Maybe that was the case. So a 2nd and 10 play, bobbled, and Wilkerson lucky just to fall on it. He was met quickly by Ernest El Amin, one of the defensive ends, a senior there to wrap up Wilkerson. That'll be a sack and a loss of 4 or 5 on the play.
Yeah, so Hightower has already put the football on the turf twice here in the opening minutes, on the opening kickoff and on that 2nd down play. results in a loss of 4.
Hightower offense last week had just 7 first downs. They had 3 fumbles and a pick, trying to find some momentum. They were able to move the sticks in the first 3 plays, but now a 3rd and long upcoming. Called it 3rd and 14. They have to reach the 44-yard line to stay on the field. So Wilkerson will go to the air again. Able to complete his pass. It'll be shy of the first down. The pass was to the tight end, Aganda, but hit out of bounds, and the Hurricanes will have to punt.
Yeah, this is a Alief Taylor team that's been pretty stingy against the pass so far this season, only giving up 76 yards per game in the first 2 contests.
Khalil Williams will come on to punt. He's been very good this year. He's averaged more than 40 yards a punt, but he's had probably too many opportunities for the Hurricanes' liking. He's punted 10 times. 2 men back hoping for a chance to return for Alief, and there's a punt into that wind, and it'll go out of bounds, and this will not be a good one. We'll see where this one's finally marked out. You see the official coming up that sidelines, and he may keep walking for a while. All the way to the 42, and very good field position for Alief for their first offensive possession.
Yeah, only a 24-yard punt, and we'll take a look at the Alief Taylor offense as they will come out in their red and white jerseys. Starting at quarterback will be Remy Alananda, number 7. Thompson and Campbell in the backfield. Hardeman, the cornerback, will double as a wideout, along with Keenan Brown, the big target on the outside, number 12.
Oladati will give to Campbell. Senior running back knocked down hard after a very short game. The Hurricane defense coming to play. Here's a look at Coach J.D. Jordan, 4th year, 3rd coach in school history. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Lions.
Lions averaging 11 points per ball game. Of course, as we mentioned, shutout last week against Katy. They put up 22 against Bel Air in week 1.
Olanade, a junior, he started all 12 games last year as a sophomore. Very much of a pro-style offense here for the Lions. Caleb Campbell trying to bounce outside. He can't do so. Hit hard and drilled for what could have been a loss. Brandon White, the defensive tackle, makes the play for the Hurricanes.
And we'll take a look at that Hurricane defense up front, 4-man front. Harvey, White, Anderson, and Ugwa. The linebackers, McElvin, Atlems, and Williams. And the secondary, Brown, Kayla Williams, Edward Thomas, and Keelan Taylor.
We featured Keenan Brown, the talented wide receiver on the way to Oklahoma State. He stands to the near side, the bottom of your screen on maybe a passing situation, 3rd and 9. Olanade last year threw for 1,300 yards. He's going to have to scramble. See if he throws on the run. He does. This ball's underthrown. Intended for Thompson. Pretty good offensive play made by the Hurricanes.
Yeah, excellent coverage in the secondary downfield. And there's also a flag on the far sideline, so our first penalty of the ball game. And we'll take a listen to the ref to see who was the culprit.
I believe he said blah, 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 but it was on the defense, and that's good news for the Lions.
Is that the teacher from Charlie Brown? Wah, 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 wah.
See if he gets popped after the fact. You're going to see a pretty good defensive play.
Looks like a good hit
made by
here.
Williams.
Not exactly sure what happened there, but there was some type of infraction against the home team, and it's going to be first down for the Lions inside of Hightower territory at the 42.
Indicates a good play made by Khalil Williams. He's one of a handful of University of Houston commits, along with his brother. In addition to Matthew Adams, the running back Appleton, they have 4. But the infraction on Hightower allows the Lions to stay on the field. Deep ball down the left sidelines for Hardeman. Did he catch it?
Looks like
He
they said
did.
he got 1 foot in bounds. It was close as Hardeman tried to tiptoe the sideline. And again, he's going to college as a defensive back, but he doubles up as a wide out as well. A tremendous grab on that pass play will make it 1st and goal inside the 10, mark it off at the 9.
Pretty good throw by Olanade with the wind behind him to drop that one in the breadbasket of Hardeman.
33 yards on the pass play.
Very few teams go under center in today's day and age. Olenade, short drop, fade to the end zone. That's Brown. Can he catch up? Beyond his reach, big frame, and that's a huge size advantage for Keenan Brown. That pass was out of his reach.
Yeah, Brown goes 6'4", 200. Just a little too much air under that one from the quarterback, floated out of bounds. And you see just a quick little 3-step drop, one-on-one fade pattern. Just a little too much on it.
Edward Thompson there on coverage for the Hurricanes. Good look at the sideline for Alief Taylor. 2nd and 9. 2nd and goal from the 9-yard line. Win behind the Lions. The handoff goes to Campbell. And he'll push the pile near the 5-yard line. It'll be 3rd and goal for Alief Taylor.
Big opportunity for the Hurricanes to come up with a stop. Looks like they have a shaken up player on the field. Get the medical staff out to take a look at him.
An official's timeout for the injured player.
So initial opening drive here for Alief Taylor after the Hurricanes of Hightower got a 1st down on their opening possession. Then the drive stalled. They had to punt it away, set up Alief in good territory. Big pass play down the field, got them set up inside the red zone at the 33-yard pass play to Hardeman. And so now they'll be looking to punch it in after this.
You can tweet us, twitter.com. Legacy Sports is the handle. You can like us on Facebook. And, of course, you can watch our games on YouTube, youtube.com/Legacy Sports. A lot of ways to follow these games.
And it looks like that's going to be big number 54, Chibuzar Ugwu, coming off the field.
Hopefully he's okay. You see the Lions, Ken, what would this mean for Alief Taylor? Shut out last week to be able to get points and start first tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. This would be huge, especially after going down 27-zip last year in this ball game. If they can draw first blood on the road, that would put some doubt into the homestanding Hurricane.
Keenan Brown lined up to the right. Olenade will look for him again for the fade into the corner. He's there. He's got it. Touchdown. Alief Taylor, they score first. And Keenan Brown on his way to Stillwater catches the pass from Olenade.
Yeah, and that's just a physical mismatch on the outside. Edward Thompson, the senior defensive back for Hightower, had no chance on that pass play. Excellent touch on this one. As we watch it here on the replay again, same play as we saw before, but this time excellent touch pass. Took a little bit off of it, allows Brown to get 2 feet down in the corner of the end zone.
Medina try and knock through the point after. From the hold of Kalu. Low snap. And the kick is true. And the Lions add the extra point. 7:12 to play in our opening quarter. Alief Taylor on the board first in front of Hightower, 7-0 on the Legacy Sports Network.
Here's a crazy idea. What if your bank actually paid you for using your debit card? Let's say 10 cents for every $10 or more debit card purchase. How amazing would that be? We call it Cashback Counts Checking from Community Bank. A free debit card that pays you to use it. Even he's smiling at that. Swipe all you can from your bank. Community Bank of Texas. Bank where you live.
Big penalty that kept that drive alive for Alief Taylor, and they make Hightower pay. Touchdown pass to Keenan Cook.
Yeah, 58-yard drive for the Lions. Keenan Brown with the 5-yard touchdown reception. 7:05 to go here in the first. Alief Taylor on top, 7-zip.
Ramon Medina has the football teed up. There's Williams, the deep man at about his 5-yard line, hoping for a chance to return for Hightower. Short kick, and this one's going to bounce. It's loose on the field, and the Hurricanes for the 2nd time tonight are forced to cover, and that was Williams who came all the way up from the 5-yard line to land on it at the 25, just so that Hightower wouldn't turn over the football.
Yeah, just a little design pooch kick that time to try to cause havoc. with the deep men of Hightower, and it worked to perfection as they nearly got the turnover. But Hurricanes will come out. Their second possession, they trail it 7-zip.
Last year, Hightower was 5-5 over the course of the season. Missed the playoffs for the second time. Hoping to go to 2-1 with the win, but they're down early. And the give goes to Appleton. A couple of yards up the middle, but not much there.
Yeah, Appleton, as we mentioned in week 1, had a nice game against Ike. Over 80 yards on the ground, but they struggled heavily last week. Again, just running out of the I formation. Good tackle in the middle of that line, coming up to make the hit. Like big number 50 there.
Miles Valerie?
Miles Valerie, yep. Goes 5'10", 195 senior. Outside linebacker.
This Alief Taylor defense lost 4 defensive backs to Division I football last year. They lost some very talented players. There's a keeper. Flag flies in as the gain from Wilkerson is a couple of yards shy of a first down, but we'll wait and see what our penalty is all about.
Yeah, usually when it's in the interior, it could be holding against the offense. So we'll see where they mark it off from. Flag lane at the 30.
Officials still conferring. So the Hurricanes will go in reverse, see if we can pick up the hold.
Yeah, it looks like we're right there in the middle of the
tackle.
screen. Yeah, can't make out that number 68. It's like the big fella.
Eddie Nichols, left tackle, who made a tackle to get the hold.
So officially 2 yards on the carry, but they'll back him up 10 on the penalty, so it'll be 2nd and 14 from the 21.
Wilkerson, 5 of 11 through the air coming into this game. Little inside wide receiver screen, works for a few yards. Catch is made by Spencer Smith. It's his 5th catch of the year, and Ken, you got the feeling he was maybe one step away from really a big gainer.
Yeah, and it looked like one of the Alief Taylor Lions was actually in position to blow up that play. But looks like he took kind of a passive route to the runner, allowing him to pick up 6 yards on the pass play. It's going to now make it 3rd down and 9 as we go under 5.5 minutes to go here in the first period.
So again, the Hurricanes going into the win here in the first quarter, down 7. We'll see how daring they want to be with Don Wilkerson, the quarterback. Steps up into the pocket to throw. And there's a flag that's going to land right at the feet of one of the Lions. Kenneth Robinson on coverage may have got away with a hold on the tight end.
It was a 4-man rush that time from the Lions as they dropped 7 in coverage. Well, we'll see if they maybe grabbed a little bit too much jersey.
Dozie Agata, the tight end, made a catch earlier. Well, both defenses have made a costly penalty to keep drives alive.
Yeah, so far kind of a sloppy opening to this ball game. A couple of footballs put on the ground by Hightower. A couple of penalties here on both ball clubs here in the opening 7 minutes of this one. Both coaches hoping to get everything cleaned up, specifically offensively. But they'll welcome any breaks they can get after they both struggled last week.
Better believe it. See if the Hurricanes can get something going offensively with that first down penalty. Going to go to the air. That one's up for grabs. How about the catch from Spencer Smith? Up high to make the grab, up over David King, the defensive back, for a nice gain.
And what about the athletic play of Don Wilkerson? Somewhat of a jump pass just to get that football off as he was under tremendous pressure. And he's down back at the 30-yard line as he took a big hit coming on the blitz from the outside. Looks like it was the corner, number 29 for Alief Taylor, Kenneth Robinson, the outside linebacker.
We might have to see that again, Ken, because I thought he got hit low and high. It was a case where he stood in the pocket and made a play to help out his team get a first down, but he paid the price. We'll see it again. Watch him be tied up low while he got that hit high.
Yeah, he got hit, not to the head though, but right in the chest area. May have just knocked the wind out of him. I've had that happen before, and it doesn't feel good. It feels like you can't breathe for about 2 or 3 minutes, so hopefully that's the case.
Ernest Delamine was one of those in on that tackle. Title sponsor tonight, First Community Credit Union. First Community Credit Union, think first. Brett Dolan and Ken Moore from Hall Stadium, a Fort Bend County High School football game of the week tonight. Alief Taylor Lions able to score first. They lead 7-0, more than halfway through our first quarter.
You know, we were talking about earlier the quarterback situation with Hightower. It's been somewhat of a revolving door here early on in pregame warm-ups. We saw the sophomore Nico Hollins taking some snaps, so we'll see who'll come in here in the place of Wilkerson. And it will be number 15, Hollins, the sophomore.
Nico Hollins, good look at him. Big size sophomore.
He's a big kid, has some good size on him. Pre-game, he was somewhat inaccurate in his throws, so we'll see if they try to take some of the pressure off with the running game here on 1st and 10.
See if Appleton get a chance to carry the football again. He will. Appleton races into the line. How about that second effort? Near a first down. That was individual effort the last 5 yards after contact.
Yeah, and just putting his head down, grinding those legs, picking up the extra yardage. Good solid run by Appleton to pick up 10 yards and another Hightower first down.
University of Houston commits with the carry. You see Appleton getting some handshakes and high fives from his teammates, and we'll see this one again.
Yeah, he just goes off right guard. A couple of arm tackles there. That's not going to get it done if you're Alief Taylor. And we saw a lot of that last week against Katy. A lot of arm tackles broken out of.
Appleton, the ball carrier again. Nick Campbell missed him on the previous play. That time he made sure to grab those feet along with Delamine. You see number 52, Nick Campbell. His dad played at college football at Arizona. It'll be 2nd and 7. Lions defense hoping to get the football back.
As we mentioned, Hightower going into a pretty strong win here in the first period as they go from left to right, north to south. Wind coming out of the south, as you mentioned, probably gusting up to around 10, maybe even 15 miles per hour in some instances.
High formation. Pass was nearly picked. Hardeman almost got one. Yeah, Chris Hardeman last year had a handful of picks and more than 20 pass breakups, and Ken, I thought he was going to get another one with that underthrown ball.
And those were some of the routes they were practicing in pregame, those quick 3-step drop inside slant routes, and Hollins was off target on a number of those, so he's going to have to settle down, try to pinpoint those passes. If not, Hardeman will take them to the house the other way.
That was an area of concern for both of these teams. You don't want to make the mistakes that lead to the big plays. Last year, Hightower gave up 5 pick sixes, so Hollins will run himself. He'll get a couple of yards, but he'll be shy of the first down, and this is kind of a no man's land, Ken, at the 35. Too far really to go for the field goal, but you almost hate to punt from this spot.
Yeah, absolutely. You got a 4th and 4 situation, but they may play the field position game, try to pin Alief Taylor down deep. The Lions have struggled offensively, as we've mentioned, so they may try to play the field position game here.
Keenan Brown, who caught the touchdown pass for the lone score in this game, is back around his 5-yard line. And Case Williams goes ahead and boots.
He definitely want to try to angle this one toward the sideline. And he's going to try to fake it.
Going to try and go for it. This play got blown up early. Running to the short side, the near side, very little running room, and thrown down. Looked like the tackle was finally made by Okabulu, and he'll get the football back for his team, the Alief Taylor Lions.
Alief Taylor, they were prepared. They were not fooled at all, as they just kind of stood there just to make sure that he would punt the football. And once he took off trying to run, he had a host of red and white jerseys there here on the near sideline. Again, as you see it here, not much of a fake at all. And a couple of tacklers there, he had no chance.
When your punter is one of your more explosive players and your return man, he will garner some attention. He did. So the Lions get it back. There's Brown. The high pass was too tall even for the 6'4" wide receiver out of the hands of Olanade. He has some athleticism, but not that much. Olenade needs to get that throw down 2nd and 10.
Yeah, absolutely. Just kind of sailed on him again. We saw that earlier in the ball game on the throw before the touchdown reception that sailed out of bounds. You want to put a little bit more zip on it, especially when you have these windy conditions. You don't want to float the football out in the flat because that wind will just take it where it wants it to go.
Go take our papers someplace too for Penn County before we're done. Stephen Thompson tackled around the 40-yard line. He was brought down by Christian Bertrand. Not before a nice gain on 2nd down. It'll be 3rd and about 3 or 4 to go. Call it 4 yards to make another first.
Yeah, Thompson on the season, 18 carries, 66 yards, averaging about 3.7 yards a carry. Has 1 touchdown on the young season.
It is an offense that'll run I formation. They'll split those running backs. Quarterback will go under center. More of a pro-style offense, which is certainly becoming the minority for a lot of these high school teams that like to go up tempo, spread it out. Olenade, though, will pitch. Campbell working the right side, and a good open field tackle was made by Matthew Adams, another Houston commit, to keep Campbell shy of the 1st down. Pretty good open field tackle.
Yeah, this type of offense I used to play in back in the 80s. You don't see too much of this here in 2013. As you see the tailback trying to go outside, but he's just cowhide down around the 40, hog-tied around the 42-yard line.
We'll watch for Matthew Adams more tonight. A very good linebacker, made that play, even though he really grabbed the running back up around his shoulders, just threw him down with his strength.
So here's our first punt of the night. And as we mentioned, I believe it is going to be Aguilar, and this one goes straight up in the air. Not exactly what they were looking for. We'll see if he'll get a good bounce.
Got a good bounce, but it was touched by the Lions. That ball may have continued to kick for another 7 or 8 yards, but instead it was touched at the 30, so reasonable field position for Hightower. We'll be back. More from Hall Stadium here in Missouri City after this 7-0 Lions.
McDonald's Dollar Menu just keeps getting better. Introducing the all-new mouth-watering grilled onion cheddar burger, topped with melty white cheddar and caramelized onions. Plus all your tasty favorites for just $1 each. Every day, as always, there's a lot to love for a little on McDonald's Dollar Menu.
Seven 0 our score. Taylor with the lead. A quick play while we were away. Appleton picked up 4 on the carry, shy of the 35-yard line, so it'll be 2nd and 6 for the Hurricanes. Time beginning to run out here in our first quarter.
Yes, we go under a minute to go. 3rd possession here for Hightower. This time, as we mentioned, begins on their own 30.
Nico Hollins called into duty as the quarterback. Will give to Appleton. Just really nothing there. He made a couple of yards on what could have been a loss. Looked like Miles Valerie was one of those, along with Campbell, who had arms wrapped around the running back.
Well, their starting field position has increased in increments of 5. Their first possession began on the 20, their second at the 25, this one at the 30. So at this clip, about midway through the 4th quarter, they may be in the end zone.
Pretty good effort so far by the defense for Alief Taylor. And let's not forget, we talked about what they did or didn't do last week against Katy, but their defense gave up 49 points, including 43 in the first half. So they've had a week plus now to stew on that one and try and get better.
Oh yeah, this is a defense that overall, you look at what they did against Katy, but you look in 2 games, they're giving up less than 200 yards per game.
1 quarter complete. Hightower Hurricanes hosting the Taylor Lions, but it's the Lions leading 7-0 on the Legacy Sports Network Game of the Week.
With our Name Your Price tool, people pick a price and we help them find a policy that works for them. Also, we've been working on something very special. One day, the world, no, the universe, will have the pricing power they deserve. We'll work on it. Watching.
We switch sides, ready to go here in the second quarter. It's a 3rd and short, a 3rd and 3. Nico Hollins goes under center with an I formation, a double tight. That play got blown up immediately. The football was loose. Campbell picked it up, but it was blown dead. So timing wasn't there.
Yeah, in that first period, Taylor able to take advantage of that wind behind their backs as they were able to go up top 7-zip. They had good field position starting at their own 42 as well as their own 33. 3 possessions for Hightower, 2 punts, 1 3 and out, or 1 punt, 1 turnover on downs. And this is their 3rd possession now as we transition into the second period. Now the Hurricanes will have the win at their back.
Well, the penalty backed them up, so instead of a 3rd and short, now 3rd and 8. See what Nico Hollins can do with that wind behind him through the air at a passing situation here. Working from the gun with Appleton standing to his left. Hollins intended to pass for Obi. Landed at his feet, and that'll bring up 4th down.
And so far we've seen both pass attempts by Hollins off target, incomplete. So,
does he need to take more time? It looks like he gets rid of this ball awfully quickly.
He does. The receiver's in his break, but one, he's throwing into double coverage, so even if the receiver catches that ball, there's no way he's going to pick up the 1st down.
Of course, Williams didn't punt the last time he was out there, tried to keep it and got tackled shy, but here with the wind behind him, we'll try and send one to the far sidelines, and that's a very short kick. You might be looking at about a 15 or so yard punt.
Yeah, I think you're right on target. 15 yards on that kick. Not exactly what the doctor ordered with the wind at your back. So Alief Taylor will start off with great field position this time in Hurricane territory at the 48-yard line. They lead at 7-zip.
It's too early to say this is a huge portion of this game. But for the Lions, you get the feel that if they can sustain something here offensively, they're going to make things awfully difficult for the Hurricane.
Yeah, if they can get up by 2 scores, it's definitely going to put some pressure on this Hurricane coaching staff to come up with something offensively.
Oldenitti to go to the air. Steps up into the pocket. Heaves a pass that's caught. Nice gain right there, and the pass was hauled in by Devontae Locks. He is a 5'8 senior. And Oldenitti hit him in stride and takes that football inside the 30-yard line.
Yeah, it was an excellent throw by Oldenitti that time. As you'll see, a 7-step drop, and he'll step up into the pocket, avoids the pressure, gets good strength behind it, hits the receiver right on target, lets him run after the catch. Excellent play all around that time by Alief Taylor.
Drop by Dumboye. But Oldenitti, he's being recruited by the likes of Baylor, Houston, TCU, Texas Tech, maybe still considering those schools after their game last night, which was not a masterpiece. Now he's just running for his life and trying to make something out of nothing, and just about did so. He intended a pass for Samoye, but he was covered tightly.
Again, Oldenitti showing excellent presence in the pocket, does not panic, avoids the defender, throws off target, but avoids the sack, lives to play another down. 2nd and 10.
Oldenitti again last year as a sophomore, started all 12 games. He's not thrown a touchdown pass until tonight. The first couple of games was shut out, but he found Keenan Brown for the only score in this contest back in the first quarter. Running play instead for Stephen Thompson. Carry inside the 25. Picks up about 5 yards on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down for the Lions on the move here in the second quarter.
Yeah, Lions starting to get their offensive flow going. So far this season, averaging 228 yards per game, 100 yards on the ground, 128 through the air. They try to keep it balanced, and they're doing a good job so far here in the first half.
This Alief team, Ken, last year 8-4. I mean, 2 of their losses came to teams that were in the championship game, Katy and Lamar. So that 8-4 record comes with a little explanation. They had a very good season.
Absolutely. And it does a lot to strengthen your character when you're playing against top quality competition like that.
Boy, Oldenitti had Samoye wide open down the seam. He threw to Keenan Brown, his talented teammate who had double coverage near the pylon. If he had that to do over again, he would have found Samoye right down the hash.
Yeah, that was probably his first bad read of the ball game, going to Brown in double coverage here on the near sideline. And as you mentioned, he had a receiver right on a post pattern straight up the gut.
So it'll be 4th and 5. This would be a lengthy field goal, so the Lions will go for it. It'll be about 42 yards into the wind, so they will go for it, leading 7-0. Oldenade surveying this defense. The Lions will bring 5. The pressure is on. The ball's towards the end zone. And the nearest man there was Khalil Williams. You see number 2, he was pursuing that football, but better just to let that go and not even make the pick on 4th down.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want it coming back out to the 20, but again, another bad read by Oldenade. This time he had one-on-one coverage with Brown here on the near sideline. He went to double coverage in the middle of the field. So a couple of bad reads on that last possession by Oldenade. Turnover on downs. Good defensive plays by Hightower. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 25.
So the Hightower Hurricanes, again, they won their opening game 14-13. Shutout last week, 17-0. They had 3 fumbles and a pick, trying to find something. Appleton may be the guy to try and give them something, and well, he's taken a pounding on a few of those carries as he moves it to about the 32.
Well, Alief Taylor, they've been somewhat suspect against the run so far this season, giving up 116 yards per game on the ground through the first 2 games of the ball season. They have forced 1 fumble. They've also had 1 interception defensively so far this season.
See what Coach Patrick McGinnis dials up here in a second. And short. Not going for much. Appleton was hit hard by a handful of those big white jerseys. So the Lions' defensive front.
Yeah, you see them starting to stack the line of scrimmage now. They're not going to show a lot of respect for the Hightower passing game until Hollins proves that he can at least somewhat challenge them through the air. They're going to start to put 7, 8, maybe even 9 guys in the box to try to slow down Appleton.
Landale Johnson made that tackle. He'll bring up this 3rd and 3.
They do have Wilkerson back in at quarterback now.
That's right, Don Wilkerson back in. He got dinged up back in that first quarter. He'll try and push the pile forward. That worked once tonight with a good surge, and that surge may have worked again. Football's right at the 35, and that's right where that marker comes to rest.
Yeah, he's right at the line to gain, so let's see if it's maybe a measurement call here. We'll see.
Officials are just going to eye it up and say that's good enough for the first down. That was awfully close to eye up in my estimation, but they've done this before.
Yeah, I may have wanted a measurement if I was on that far sideline.
I agree.
Let's make sure. That's a big play. Nevertheless, the chains will move. New set of downs for Wilkerson and crew.
This Hightower team coming into fall practice. 20 of their 22 anticipated starters were seniors, so it is a team that has been together for quite some time, and you would hope now a couple of games in they'd start to figure things out, and maybe they're doing that on this drive. This would be an important sequence to see if the Hurricanes can get on the board. They'll go and keep it on the ground again. And this time it is Chase Pleasant giving Roosevelt Appleton a spell. Picks up a yard or 2.
Yeah, Pleasant, junior tailback. His first carry of the ball game, picks up a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
A game brought to you tonight by First Community Credit Union. First Community Credit Union, think first. Hurricanes thinking about another first down. Things have not come easy for them tonight. 2nd and 9 for Don Wilkerson. It's good to see him back in there, but he bobbles that snap. Just trying to make something out of nothing, but he was plastered hard again by Camden Campbell. I told you we'll be calling his name a lot tonight. He's an active linebacker.
Campbell will go sideline to sideline. He will lay a licking on you if you give him the opportunity. He goes 5'11", 230, and he packs a punch. As you see Wilkerson again juggling the ball in the backfield, that throws the entire timing of the play off. And now you just try to get back to the line of scrimmage on another big hit on the quarterback.
Okay, Mr. Campbell, you could see him coming in hard on that shoulder of Wilkerson. He's taken a couple of big blows today. Now he may have to go to the air again with the wind behind him on 3rd and 10. Hurricanes with the football, but down 7-0. Chance for this play to go a long ways with a bubble screen.
Well,
another nice open field tackle was made to deny the ball carrier, which was Keelan Johnson.
That's just a bad read by Johnson on that pass play as Alief Taylor came with the blitz. They brought the middle linebacker, which opened up the middle screen perfectly, but instead of him staying behind his blockers, he broke it to the outside where he had no help, and an excellent open field tackle.
We'll see it again here.
Yeah, you see they bring the middle linebacker. That opens it up. You run behind those three big guys right at the top. Now bring it all the way down here to the near side where you don't have any help. That's just a bad read by a young tailback. He'll learn from that on film.
Great point, Ken. Good replay. You see Miles Valerie with the tackle. So, Khalil Williams, I told you he punted 10 times in the first 2 games. He has been a busy man tonight. See if he can get a little more carry. El Amin almost got the block. Another short kick, and this one will take.
Bounce.
Bad bounce, yes, indeed. And it's down at the 47-yard line where the Lions will have good field position.
So now it's up to Alief Taylor. And they've had great field position the entire first half, but they've only been able to take advantage of one of their opportunities, a 58-yard drive in the first period, their first drive of the ball game, put them up 7-zip. 5-yard touchdown catch by Keenan Brown, but since then, both offenses have struggled mightily.
Ken, with this field position and the lead, even though they're going into the win, what do you expect out of the Lions in this sequence?
Well, I'm looking for Keenan Brown. You see they're coming out now. Now they're coming out in a shotgun offense, so I think they're going to try to open it up just a little bit.
Quick look. It was Hardiman. We saw him make a big play back in the first quarter, but that ball fluttered on Olanade, and it was incomplete.
And again, both of these teams just a little anxious, running without the football, making bad cuts when they have the football, the backs and receivers. They need to settle down, try to get into a rhythm, let the ball game come to them. Don't try to do too much.
You can almost see Hardiman trying to run before he caught that football, but that was not a good pass from Olanade. So it's 2nd and 10. Now the junior quarterback will go back under center. The lone setback behind him is Caleb Campbell. He's the senior running back. He'll take the pitch after a bobble, and he's going, well, he was going backwards. That's a nice second effort. Looked like he was going to lose 3 or 4 on the play, and he just disappeared into the pile and down the sidelines.
It looked like all the Hightower defenders ran right past him on that far sideline. So lucky for him, he's able to retain possession, turn it into a positive gain of 5.
We're starting to see a few of these bobbled snaps. You wonder if the wind is even affecting that pass from center.
It possibly could be, but you would hope within that 3 to 5 yard pitch ratio that the quarterback could get it there with good velocity to keep the wind from taking effect.
Yes, you would. So it's 3rd and 6. Great field position for the Lions. You know they don't want to give it back. Olanade being chased. Great pursuit in the backfield. Coming with the blitz was Joel Williams, another Houston Cougar commit, and he just about got the sack, but his pressure was enough to keep Samoye from being able to make that catch.
Yeah, mix up on that offensive line of the Lions that time as they did not pick up the blitz. You'll see Williams come from the top of the screen, and he comes in, he's almost in the backfield before the football gets there. Olanade didn't have a chance. Great job to just throw it away.
So the Lions to kick.
And the sophomore Juan Aguilar taking over the punting duties this week.
Little stutter step before he ties into a pretty good kick. See if Williams able to make the catch. He just jumps out of the way. Was it touched?
I'm not sure.
It was not, but the football down at the 11-yard line, nearly a dangerous misplay there on special teams.
Yeah, excellent kick that time by Aguilar. As we mentioned, Alief Taylor really struggled the first couple of games behind Medina as he averaged only 23 yards a kick on 10 attempts. So they go to the sophomore Aguilar, and he delivers a real nice kick that time inside the 11-yard line.
So the Hurricanes need to find something offensively. 5+ to go here in this second quarter, but near the shadow of their own end zone. Running play on first down to move that pile forward by a few yards. It was Appleton again. You see there is a marker down on the field.
And Appleton has been their primary source of offense so far in the ball game, and most of the carries right up the middle, right into the heart of this Lion defense.
We'll wait for the call of this penalty. It's like a face mask of some sort. That'll help the Hurricane cause.
And they'll get them out from the shadow of their own goalpost, give them some operating room. Let's see if we can pick it up here.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, yeah, handful of face masks. 89, I believe, was the culprit. And that's Ogo Abakilawalu.
Notice how I let you take that one?
Thank you.
Just jump right in anytime he does something today, good or bad. Wilkerson being pressured. This football's up for grabs, but a play is made. Boy, that ball was in the air forever. But it came down in the hands of Keelan Johnson, the biggest play of the night for the Hightower Hurricane.
Oh, that looked like a punt. It was in the air for so long. 42 yards on the pass play as they'll get it down to the 25-yard line. He just rears up and throws this one up for grab. But his receiver had about 5 yards on the nearest defender. Excellent play by Hightower, their biggest play by far in this first half.
Certainly was. Kenneth Robinson saved a touchdown. So now the Hurricanes try and keep this train moving. Appleton popped out of bounds after a gain of 3 or 4 yards. This will be a big lift for the Hurricanes to get some points on this drive. Some way, somehow, down 7-0.
Yeah, they definitely want to try to get into the end zone before halftime. 4:34 to go. Clock stopped. Both teams, all 3 timeouts remaining. And again, Hightower has the breeze at their back.
We felt like coming in, these were 2 evenly matched teams, same record. Of course, big difference between being 1-2 below 500, 2-1 with some momentum. That's what they're playing for today. Alief scored first. Hightower trying to answer here, and Appleton stuck up immediately at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there. All kinds of white shirts involved on that play.
Yeah, good stick that time. There's your man again, Campbell, right in the middle of it, laying the lumber in the backfield. Short gain, no gain, 3rd down 5.
Really an important sequence, though, right here for Hightower.
Yeah, absolutely. You wonder if they're in 4-down territory here, if it'll affect the play calling here. If they try to go conservative, maybe a run up the middle to Appleton. I formation. 8 in the box for Alief Taylor.
Appleton with some blockers ahead of him. A good surge. He'll have the first down as he takes the ball inside the 15-yard line. A determined run right there from Roosevelt Appleton.
And your boy Campbell, his helmet came flying off. I thought it was the football for a moment in the backfield, but it was Campbell's helmet as it came flying off. But again, mano a mano up front. And again, you see his helmet off. But Campbell with a good, strong run gets him down inside the 15 for a 1st and 10.
He was going to make a play without the helmet. Sans helmet, he'll have to take a play off. You see him on the sidelines behind his coaching staff. That's a break of sorts for Hightower. They get the first down. They get Campbell off the field for a play.
So do you want to attack right up the middle, maybe one more time?
See if Appleton gets the football again. You can expect he'll get a shot. He will. Miles Valerie was there to hit him along with Kalu, and he picks up a gain down to about the 11-yard line, so we'll call it 4 in the play.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he or his fullback, Ian Perry, went the wrong way. Perry went to the left, tailback went to the right. Usually not how it works. Nevertheless, he's able to pick up 4 to be 2nd and 6.
Boy, Hightower taking the air out of this football, running some clock, trying to get some points to tie the game. There you see Appleton. That's not a good sign. It looked like something was wrong with Appleton.
Yeah, he's a little shaken up over here on the near sideline.
So it's a couple of yards. That's probably Pleasant, who came in to spill Appleton. We saw Appleton leave holding his hand or his arm. But he had another 3rd down facing the Hurricanes. Don Wilkerson came over to the near sideline to get a play, and now he'll relay that to his teammates.
And so now we'll see what coaching staff dials up here on third and 5, third and 4, if you will.
Spencer Smith, we've seen him make a big play tonight. He's the receiver to the right side of the line of scrimmage. Bootleg.
Got him.
The fullback. Perry near that marker, and then he went backwards. We'll see if he gets forward progress. That would be a first down. He had the first down, Cam, then he almost gave it up.
Wow. Perry was like, what am I doing out here with the football in no man's land?
North and south, young man.
And now they will call for an official measurement. You see him just sneaking out in the flat. He's all by his lonesome. All he has to do, the ball is behind him, but all he has to do is just turn upfield, and he starts going backwards the other way and nearly loses the first down.
That's the wrong way. Josh Kalu is there to make the tackle. I think he's got the first down, but no, he does not. A great shot right there. He's inches shy, and going backwards there was a killer.
Yeah, absolutely, but I think you're definitely in 4-down territory. The offense is already lining up even before they get the football snap. Coach McGinnis and company, they're definitely going for it here on 4th and inches.
And even 2 minutes to go here in our second quarter.
Yeah, and they have Campbell back in the football game, so it looks like he's okay. And again, look at my boy here. He's going to get eaten up in the film room tomorrow, I'll tell you that.
What, Hardiman there? Look at Hardiman. That's a big-time play as well. Committed to LSU, changed his mind, now committed to Oklahoma State with his teammate Keenan Brown. He wanted to make sure that was not going to be a first down. So 4th and inches, you like the chances of the Hurricanes picking this up, but now you have to take into effect a bobbled snap, a misplay of some sort.
And they're going to give it to their man. If not for a quarterback sneak here, I think they're going to go right to number 4.
Well, I got to believe they'll sneak it. That's been their most effective play. Twice today they pushed that pile forward for a first down. That surge will give it to him again. You see Wilkerson with the lean, got it by at least a yard. It'll be 1st and goal now for the Hurricanes, down 7-0, but on the move.
Yeah, big, strong quarterback Wilkerson, no problem with the push there. As you'll see, he'll come over to get the next play call as the clock stops while they move the chains, or drop the chains, if you will, since it'll be 1st and goal, under 2 minutes to go here. And again, they'll try to take as much time off the clock, hopefully score, and leave Alief Taylor with very little time to respond.
Roosevelt Appleton has 1 touchdown so far this season. See if he gets a chance to make it 2. He'll get the carry. He won't get the touchdown. Maybe a yard, and that hole, if there was one, closed quickly. Keenan Hudson, big number 55, in the bottom of that pile.
Yeah, it's basically 10 men in the box. They had 1 receiver to the left. He had one-on-one coverage. Everybody else for Alief Taylor was lined up inside the box. So it's going to be tough going here for Appleton. So we'll see what Coach McGinnis comes up with. If he tries another little waggle, another little bootleg to maybe try to sneak his fullback or tight end out in the flat.
Well, the fullback, Ian Perry, came limping off. So there's another fullback in on the play. That is Dustin Phoenix. 2nd and goal. We're inside a minute. Appleton fighting for the end zone. Stuck up, and he will be denied. Again, 3 or 4 white jerseys there. The Lions had the football, but the play was blown dead.
So it's going to be 3rd and goal at the 1. See the clock approaching 30 seconds. They have yet to start the play clock.
Surprised they don't use a timeout here.
Well,
Talk things over.
Yeah, I think they want to make sure. I think they know what they're going to do. I think we know what they're going to do. It's probably going to be a quarterback sneak.
Yeah, problem is the Lions know what they're going to do, too.
Oh, my goodness. Look at this.
There's a mass of humanity. See if that surge gets the Hurricanes a touchdown. Problem is the clock's going to continue to run as they look.
They will call a timeout here because they're only going to have 1 play left regardless.
Well, you got to call timeout. You don't want all time to expire if this is short.
Yeah. Call it at 2 seconds. So even if you're going for the field goal or if you're going for the touchdown, regardless, it's going to be the last play of the half. So good time management there by Coach McGinnis and company.
We'll take a break, come back for the final play of the first half from Hightower.
I think I have the window seat.
You better double check that, my friend. Don't think we don't know who you are.
Yeah, I'm Aaron Rodgers.
No, that's not it. You're that State Farm discount double check guy.
Discount double check. Thanks to the hundreds you saved us, we could upgrade the grill class.
Grill class?
Your tongs are in your seat bag.
Save with the discount double check today. Get to a better state. State Farm.
We've had an evenly matched first half here from Hall Stadium. 7-0, the Lions lead the Hurricanes. Hurricanes have had a nice drive, a sustained drive, Ken, but now 4th and goal from about 6 inches out, and we'll find out what they want to do.
Now, this is critical. I think what I would do, I would spread them out, go 4 or 5 wide to force Alief Taylor to unclog the middle, then go with my quarterback sneak. They have 2 wide receivers in now, 1 tight end, 2 in the backfield. See how they play it.
Hurricanes on the final play of the first half looking for points, and that was bobbled, and Wilkerson took a knee shy of the goal line. And the Alief Taylor defense will deny the Hurricanes points, and we've reached halftime, and what a lift it is for the boys in red and white.
Wow, what a goal line stand by Alief Taylor, coming up with the stop at the 6-inch line. But Hightower did themselves in, didn't give themselves a fair fight as they fumble it on 4th and inches on the final play of the half.
That's been the physical defense of Alief Taylor in my mind. That's been the story. We're going to see this play again and watch the bobble as he tried to.
He just never got it at all. It just went right through his hands. Wow. I'm not sure if the center snapped it early, if Wilkerson wasn't ready, but whatever the fact, Alief Taylor's going to march into the locker room with a 7-zip lead here at the break.
By far the best drive for the Hurricanes ends up with no points. They'll go to the half. It is the visitors from Alief Taylor leading 7-0 in our Friday night game of the week on the Legacy Sports Network.
If you're looking somewhere to do some custom embroidery, screen printing, or just find some awesome bling, then it's time to head to Trademark Images. They are located at 4126 Center Street in the heart of Deer Park and are open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Trademark Images does just about everything on just about anything, from rhinestone tees to having your favorite school fan wear. Call them today at 281-930-4700 and go like them on Facebook as well. That's Trademark Images, your hometown spirit store.
Back at Hall Stadium here in Missouri City, it's the Hightower Hurricanes trailing the Alief Taylor Lions 7-0. Brett Dolan and Ken Moore with you. And Ken, it was an interesting end to that first half. Hightower took it to almost 90 yards, and they were denied on 4th and inches at the goal line to keep them from tying up this game.
Yeah, it's kind of been the tale of the entire ball game for Hightower. The opening kickoff, they bobble it. Kind of led it to the signs of things to come. They had a couple of the balls that they put on the ground, and then at the end of the half, 89-yard drive, by far their best drive of the game, comes up short on the final play of the half as a quarterback exchange problem between Wilkerson and the center. Ball lands on the turf. Alief Taylor escapes with a 7-zip lead at the half.
If I have to point out one thing that's impressed me, it's been the physical nature of that Lions defense, and how many times, even when Hightower's had a play where they have made the quarterback, running back, receiver pay the price with a big hit.
Yeah, and leading that has been Camden Campbell, the linebacker, as he's been in on a ton of plays so far here in the first half, really setting the tone defensively for the Lions.
Wind has died down a bit. That might help these passing games that have been trying to get a foothold here today, but Hurricanes will have to give it up to start this third quarter.
Alief Taylor will have the wind at their back. Hightower will be kicking into the breeze. As you mentioned, it has died down some. We saw a gust in the first half, anywhere from 10 to 15 miles per hour, but the flags to our north now are laying low.
Fuentes ready to kick off. You see the football teed up at the 40-yard line in this third quarter, and our second half is underway. So the Lions leading 7-0 will get the football. Hardiman trying to show off some speed, and he'll get across the 25. That's it. And that's where the Lions will begin 1st and 10 here in our third quarter. Ken, what has impressed you so far about this Alief Taylor offense and what they did in the first half?
Well, one thing they did is they took care of the football. They had the one good drive when they got the touchdown pass to Brown. Olanade has looked good in the pocket thus far. He's taking his time. He hasn't made the critical mistakes, some that he made last week against Katy. So it looks like they've settled down offensively. They're taking what the defense gives them. They haven't been able to move the ball consistently, but they have not committed crucial turnovers.
Surprised they haven't tried to get Brown involved more often, whether it's another bubble screen, a simple pass, just to let the playmaker try and do just that. Oldenade, guess who's he's going for? I need to be a coach. That's Keenan Brown. Get him involved. He's your playmaker.
Were you down?
Don't make me come down there.
Were you down in the locker room at halftime giving the halftime speech?
When you got playmakers, find them, right? I know it's easier said than done sometimes. This wasn't a great ball, but the size and the differential allows Brown to go up and make this catch.
Absolutely, and also the pass protection by that offensive line, allowing Oldenade the time and the amount of time to get the accuracy downfield to Brown.
That's a Big 12 wide receiver right there in Keenan Brown.
No doubt.
Opens up the running game. First down run and more. I believe that was Steven Thompson. We'll see if he emerges from the pile. It is. So now this Lions offense starts to churn up some yards in a Hightower territory.
Yeah, first 2 plays, 2 big plays, 2 first downs back to back. Big time pass play and then a 10-yard run. So now you have to worry about the emotion of Hightower here on the near sideline. They nearly tie it at halftime. They come up short. That had to be a big deflator going into the locker room. We'll see if Coach McGinnis can get his guys pumped up to get a stop here on this first drive.
Brown, the receiver, to the left. Oldenade's going to look for him for the home run ball. And it sails wide of the end zone of the pylon. That ball really didn't stay in play. And it was decent coverage down there by Dumbaye as well, right on Keenan Brown. I like the idea.
Yeah, it looks like there may have been some contact over here on the near sideline, but I think the fact that the ball landed out of bounds is why the officials didn't throw a flag.
This will be the last quarter, of course, for the Lions with the win, so they try to take advantage. See what they do here on 2nd and 10. Both running backs are in. It is Campbell to the left, Thompson to the right, as Oldenade goes under center. Thompson.
It looked like a face mask.
Taken down, fine defensive play.
No flag.
Cameron Harvey had the ankle, so the running back.
Now it's going to be 3rd and long for Alief. Take a look here. You see the big guard pulling from left to right. Tailback going right behind him. And there was a pull right there. Both guys had each other's face mask. As you see, Williams had the face mask of the tailback, and they both had each other's face masks. I guess the referee said no harm, no foul.
Yes. 3rd and 10, couple of big plays. Had the Lions on the march. They've stalled on the previous 2 opportunities. Here comes the pressure. Oldenade going to try and step up. Throwing, back for the football. And the catch was made by Brown again. He was beyond that marker. And he was tied up by Thompson, maybe after a 9-yard gain.
Yeah,
looks like they had dual possession for a second.
Yeah, good play by Brown coming back from the football, but in doing so, he actually lost the first down yardage. So now it's going to be 4th and short, and we'll see if the Lions will go for it.
Seems like we've had a high percentage of these 4th down plays already through 2 quarters plus a couple of minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of 4th and short. And looks like the refs are going to bring the chains out. Alief Taylor's going to request that. They know that they're short. They want to see exactly how short, plus it's going to give them time to call a play on the sideline.
Well, I like that for both reasons you mentioned. Gives them a little more time to think about it. They know exactly how far they have to get.
And you see Coach Jordan over there with his quarterback, Oldenade. So they can decide the appropriate play call here on 4th and less than 1. As they look to add to their 7-zip lead.
The one win Alief had, their opening game against Bel Air, they were tied to the half 6-6. They won on a 16-3 run in the second half to really seal that victory. They'd like to do something similar here, and this will be a big play in so doing. 4th and less than a yard. Double tight end formation. Oldenade tries to bounce outside. He's got the first down and more. Saving a touchdown was Joel Williams. The Hurricanes stood that play up immediately, but Olenade was able to stay on his feet and slide to the right and get outside.
Well, very intelligent play by the junior quarterback. He noticed you got two double linebackers coming into the A-gaps. He saw he had nowhere to go inside, had the presence of mind to bounce it outside, picks up the first down inside the 20.
Big play for Alief Taylor Lions. Inside the red zone now, the Hurricanes, and on the march. Play was blown dead as Thompson took the football on the handoff, but this one's coming back. Maybe movement because the play clock still had 2 or 3 seconds remaining.
This is a very critical drive for the Hightower Hurricane as they try to pump some life into the fans here at Hall Stadium.
The other key piece, Ken, is that neither one of these two teams, at least it doesn't appear, are fast scoring teams. Both have wanted to grind things out and take off 5-6 minutes on a scoring drive. So if the Lions score here, knowing that the Hightower offense will have to score twice and the Lions will get the football back a couple of times, will make things more difficult.
Absolutely.
But that penalty makes it 1st and 15. Olenade for Hardiman near the pylon. Off his fingertips.
Yeah, maybe why he's going as a cornerback and not as a wideout.
Seems like those throws are just a little bit to the left, beyond that pylon, that marker, and we'll see it again here.
Yeah, again, just a fade pattern. 3-step drop, puts a lot of air under it, allows his receiver to go one-on-one. Had an opportunity, but again, that is a very tough catch in the corner.
So from 1st and 10 to 2nd and 15.
You see Brown at the top of the screen, one-on-one.
Handoff goes to Thompson. He's got the 15-yard line inside the 15, taken down by Khalil Williams, but a nice running play on 2nd and 15.
Yeah, Thompson again picking up some huge yardage. So now to be 3rd and short.
The Lions have been able to milk quite a bit of time off the clock here as they got the football first in the 3rd quarter.
They don't mind grounding it out themselves. They average 29 rushes per ball game. So once they get a lead, they'll begin to drain the clock. They have no problems doing so.
Big play, 3rd and 4 for Alief Taylor, leading 7-0 on the march. See what Remy Olenade wants to do. The give is to Thompson. Great job defensively by the Hurricanes, including Joel Williams, who got to the ball carrier almost immediately.
Yeah, he got a little help from Christian Bertrand as well. The junior linebacker came in to help clean up the mess. So now it's going to be 4th down, and we'll see what Taylor comes up with if they'll try for a long field goal attempt.
Medina is going to try a field goal from right around 35 yards.
Yeah, and you see in the backfield, number 11 and number 10, Williams and Bertrand double teaming. Now we're going to have, I think, a timeout. Yeah, timeout, Alief Taylor. They're going to think about this 35-yard attempt.
We'll take a break. Taylor leading 7-0, trying for more points when we come back.
Get treated like a VIP with prompt, professional, and personalized service. Sphere Emergency Room is Katie's premier full-service freestanding ER that treats both children and adults in a state-of-the-art facility where you will often be seen in 5 minutes or less. Sphere Emergency Room, formerly Choice ER, brings decades of Texas Medical Center experience to a convenient ER right in your community at Highland Knolls and Mason Road. Sphere Emergency Room, prompt, professional, personalized.
After the timeout, the Lions setting up for what will be a 34-yard field goal. Josh Kalu is the holder. Ramon Medina comes up short, well short, and off to the right, and the Hurricanes defense able to hold and keep the Lions from making this a 2-score game.
Yeah, that kick didn't have a chance, even with the wind at his back. Medina, short and wide right. And he was 0 of 1 coming into the ball game, so now he'll be 0 of 2 on the young season. So Hightower defense rises up. They get a break on a penalty that set Alief Taylor back on to a 1st and 15. So now they'll have an opportunity, still trailing by 1 possession.
Nico Hollins will be the quarterback. Wilkerson started, got dinged up on a couple of different plays, so the sophomore Hollins will start the second half. There was movement. Boy, what a mistake right out of the gates. It was Chase Pleasant who was lined up here on the right side, number 28, to just lean forward. Maybe a different cadence or something with the quarterback Hollins.
Well, coming out of the locker room, that's the last thing you want to have happen, especially when you've been sitting on the sidelines for the first 4.5 minutes of the period. So Hightower, they just need one explosive play. They had the big pass play on that last possession, that last big drive before halftime. They need to get some more excitement, some more explosive plays into their repertoire.
Appleton bobbled that football for just a second. He was ridden down hard from behind by Valerie. And maybe a yard of that 5 back off the penalty. He'll still be 2nd and long for the Canes.
And they have not been blessed with good field position. Neither has Hightower. Their best field position in the first half was their own 30-yard line out of 5 possessions.
So the Hurricanes did not score last week, and they have yet to score tonight. They came within maybe 5 inches of getting a touchdown to end the first half, but got nothing to show for their long drive. Pass was intended apparently for Smith, who never turned around.
And again, that's just the receiver and the quarterback not being on the same page. Spencer Smith running open in the secondary. Looked like it would have been an accurate throw that time by Hollins out of the shotgun. He just pumps and throws. Receiver's open, but he never turned around to look for the football.
Almost hit him. And there you see Don Wilkerson with his helmet off on the sideline.
They've been good in dodgeball. He was trying to dodge the ball.
Right. Would have been very effective. 3rd and 14, so Hollins needs to be accurate here. With time to throw, has a man open, and the pass is caught. It is Landry across midfield, right at the midfield stripe, in fact. A huge gain and a Hurricanes first down.
33 yards on the pass play. Not sure if it was luck or skill, but sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And Hollins, again, out of the shotgun, fakes the inside handoff. Only a 4-man rush. He steps up in the pocket, puts it up, and a good catch out of the air by his receiver, and a first down for the Hurricane.
Senior Michael Landry with the play, escorted out of bounds. And now it's 1st and 10 from the 50. Hollins with some renewed confidence goes to the air again, but that pass intended for Smith was picked off. And the Lions defense made a play on the deflection. And I believe the man who came down with it was Josh Kalul.
Well, he went to the well once too often, challenging that left side of the Taylor defense. And as again, the pass just sailed on him, too high for the receiver. And coming down with it with the INT, Josh Kalou.
Let's see it again.
And again, he steps up in the pocket again, throwing over the defender. Now, this is the previous play when he picked up the first down. But he went to that well once again. Came up empty.
So the Lions, after missing the field goal and giving up the big play, had the football back almost halfway through our 3rd quarter. Competing for yards, Caleb Campbell. Somebody lost a helmet, one of the linemen. Kobe Whiteside lost his hat. And another flag on the play.
So our first turnover of the ball game.
Well, the man who lost that helmet, Kobe Whiteside, 6'1", 300-pound freshman.
Wow. That's a lot of beef.
Bright future ahead of that young man.
He eats a lot of beef. His parents hope so. They're feeding him a lot of beef.
That's right. Let's see what this marker's about. A little jawing going on from the Hightower sidelines, waiting to get the call.
think he called 24, which would be Alusan Dumbaya.
I'll let you take that one, too.
Thank you. Senior DB. Picks up the penalty. So that'll move the ball into Hightower territory. And the Lions will have 1st and 10 at the Hurricane 46. 6:22 to go here, third period. Fort Bend ISD Hall Stadium. The homestanding Hurricane trailing by a touchdown.
Really get the feeling, at least I do, the team who scores next will win, whether it's Taylor or whether Hurricanes can tie things up. That's why this Hurricane defense needs to make a play. Stephen Thompson trying to make one himself. Another flag comes in, and the ball is marked around the 32. And if this is another face mask, we'll really be racking up those big mistakes. It's in that neighborhood of where it's probably got to be a face mask of some sort.
Maybe Matthew Adams, number 9. Let's take a look at it here. Just an inside draw. Good block, kick out block here. And let's see, number 9.
Yep.
Yep, got it at the end.
Officials have been busy here at times in our third quarter. They're going back the other way.
Yeah, going back the other way. It looks like it was a holding penalty instead. So they'll back it up from the spot of the foul. Well, that'll march it back to the Hightower 43-yard line. It'll be 1st, and we'll call it 8.
I like those 1st and 8s. Although I'm sure the Lions would have liked to have had the game plus, but they're still on the march, leading 7-0. Remy Olenade fell down, and he lost the football. And he's going to be marked down, so maybe a break for the Lions.
Yeah, he stumbled coming from under center, and I think he saw himself falling. He tried to pitch it back to Thompson.
I think we'll find out that was a good call because he went down and then lost the football. Maybe we'll get a chance to see it again.
Let's see what happened. Yeah, it looks like
he's down.
Right guard stepped on his foot coming out. I think that was Enrique Garza. Yeah, Garza just stepped on his foot coming out.
So 2nd and 13. We've seen both teams go in reverse after making a big play or getting a big first down. And not much running room for Stephen Thompson. All kinds of green jerseys involved on that play, including Khalil Williams. Also in the bottom of that pile is Cameron Harvey. So 3rd and long now for Alief Taylor. Remember, this will be the last quarter. They'll have the wind should they want to go to the air.
Yeah, and they definitely want to expand upon the 7-zip lead, see if they can make it a 2-possession game before they have to switch ends of the field.
Keenan Brown will line up to the right. Hardeman, the receiver, to the left. Olenade back into the pocket being chased. Heaves one for Hardeman. He wants the football. That's picked. There is a flag on the play. Dumbaye has it, trying to return one for Hightower. Trying to pick a hole, and Keenan Brown runs into a teammate, and they will plant Dumbaye at about the 43. But Ken, is this defensive interference? Man, I think Hardeman was being locked up a bit on the.
I thought it was good coverage, to be honest with you, but we'll see if maybe he had some jersey prior to the ball going in the air. Man, it's been flag day out here this afternoon, I'll tell you what.
Keenan Brown, the talented wide receiver committed to Oklahoma State, is the man down. He came racing up the field to try and make the tackle after the pick, and I believe he got some friendly fire. So it was holding, and it was Hardeman who was being held up.
Yeah, they say he was holding prior to the pass going in the air. You see them down at the bottom of the screen now out of their sight. And we'll see the end of the play, the INT, but apparently the holding happened earlier. You saw the hat upfield.
Well, I don't know why the penalty marker's at the 15.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That needs to be thrown earlier.
That's a very, very late flag if you're going to call defensive holding. Questionable call there by the refs.
Here's Keenan Brown, and look at the shot he took. Took one on his shoulder, and then there's a second blow to make that tackle, and of course it was negated by the penalty to begin with.
Right. So with all that being said and done, the interception is wiped out. It'll be 1st and 10 for Alief Taylor.
Well, with their big play wide receiver on the bench, see if Caleb Campbell, the senior running back, gets a couple of chances to show off his ability. He will. Blocker in front of him. Campbell stays on his feet. The second and third wave of green shirts will drop him inside the 35.
Campbell with one of his rare carries tonight. Last week, only 15 yards on 8 attempts on the ground as they were bottled up by the Katy Tigers.
Lions facing a 2nd and 7. 18-5A district for these Lions. Remember, there's no undefeated team through just 2 weeks in the district. That's Tristan Lee. I believe it's the first time tonight we've seen him.
Yep. Lee on the season, 4 carries for 30 yards. Averaging 7.5 yards a carry, so if you can get that, you'll take it. See just a little sweep action.
They like to pull their guards a lot on running plays, don't they?
Yeah, you have to have very athletic guards to have them pulling like that, and apparently they do down in Alief Taylor.
Nearing the 2-minute mark here in our third quarter. Lions had the game's only score. The man who scored the touchdown, Keenan Brown, is back in. He's the inside receiver to the left, so good news that he's not hurt.
Play clock running out.
Down to 1. Did they get it off? Yes. Quick toss to Keenan Brown. He has the first down, and he's popped out of bounds. So Keenan Brown back in the game, makes a play when the Lions needed to move the sticks. It was Dumbaye, who thought he had a pick but was guilty of a penalty earlier, who made the tackle, but not before a nice gain.
Yeah, there's one thing you want to see more of out of Keenan Brown is making those yards after catch, being able to break tackles, get into the open field, make extra yardage after the play.
First and 10, Alief Taylor. Similar formation, just one running back lined up, and that is Tristan Lee. He'll get the football again, and he's going to go backwards. Fought off the first wave of would-be tacklers, but great pursuit made by the Hurricanes.
Here comes another late flag.
Joseph Shannon, the tackle. You're right, another penalty marker in, stopping the clock with 2:10 to play in our third. See Harvey, he's making the indication, beating the officials to it, saying that should be a hold.
Give him a zebra suit. Coach McGinnis here on the near.
This game is defeating an argument, Ken, I've been trying to put forth here in recent weeks, and this involved as much as the college level as it is the high school level. I find as these teams try and go up-tempo and spread things out, when they can't execute properly, what it does is it forces so many mistakes, penalties, turnovers. It extends games. Guys get hurt early in the year when maybe they can't handle the tempo and the pace. Well, neither one of these teams go up-tempo, but there's still enough mistakes to really grind this game down and force a lot of negative play.
Yeah, it's kind of like watching a boat race right now, as both teams really struggling offensively to get anything going, and that's what they struggled with last week in their 2 shutout losses.
Open field tackle by Bertrand. After a couple of yards on the run, that's it. So it'll be 3rd and very long. Alief Taylor's going to have to get inside the 15 to move the sticks again. Remember, they missed a 34-yard field goal on their last try, so they really need to pick up something.
Yeah, they're definitely in 2-down territory here. Unless, again, like we mentioned in the first half, you want to try to pin Hightower deep, mate, with a little pooch kick if you don't pick up anything here on 3rd down and long.
The receiver to the left is Devontae Locks. Brown to the right. Olanade back into the pocket, looking for Brown. Towards the end zone. Just out of his reach and incomplete. They took a chance on their big play man. The ball was about 3 or 4 feet beyond his reach from Olanade, and it's 4th down.
And you'll see, again, as we look, Four-man rush, good protection. He just loads and fires. I mean, you know, that's just a straight go pattern for the receiver down the far sideline.
I know Edward Thompson, the defensive back, has given up quite a bit of height
Brown
disadvantage.
His,
yeah, he did.
His right hamstring, and he'll be out for this fourth down play. And you wonder how much more we'll see of him tonight.
Trips to the right for Olvenade, and fourth down. There's a counter play. Off to the races goes Campbell. Near the first down, loses his helmet, gets the first down. That play was blown dead, I believe, when he lost his hat, which means that surge will keep him from getting the first down.
Wow. That is very unfortunate because he actually picked up the first down, but the officials have to blow the play dead as soon as his helmet comes off. Excellent play call on the lead draw. You see him, and his helmet goes off right at the 16-yard line.
So that last 2 yards, that falling forward effort does not count, and it's just so that that's enough to make this a difference between a 1st and 10 at about the 14-yard line or a fourth down situation.
And that was fourth down, was it
not? Should have been.
Yeah, I think there may be a little mix-up here on the scoreboard.
Timeout. We'll take a break. Back to the last minute 5 here in our third quarter. 7-0 Lions.
We welcome you to North Shore Marine. We support a large parts and accessories for Johnson, Evinrude, Yamaha, and Suzuki. And we also have parts for your boat, not only just the motor. So you can come in and get pretty much everything you need and be on your way. So you name it, we got it. We sell Sea Arc aluminum boats, a wide variety we try to keep in stock so we can accommodate just about anybody. We service Johnson, Evinrude, Yamaha, and Suzuki. We have a master technician in our staff, and he's highly accredited. Well, of course, we're a family-oriented business. We try to keep it on that level. We're concerned for the well-being of our customers. Come visit us at North Shore Marine.
Back at Hall Stadium, there was some confusion. That deep ball to Brown, where he pulled his hamstring, was on a third down play. At least that's what was on the scoreboard. What we thought was a fourth down try that resulted in a play a yard shy may not have been.
So apparently we missed something along the way, or the refs missed something, or the scoreboard operator missed something. Nevertheless, it's going to be 4th and 1 at the 15-yard line for Taylor.
Coach McGinnis came racing down the sidelines to talk to the line judge. Now the officials conferred during that break.
Coach McGinnis may be wondering the same thing that we're wondering.
He's holding his hands up as if to say, what's going on? We'd like to know the answer to that.
Well, I don't know.
So the Lions still have a chance. 4th and 1 from the 15.
Oh, boy.
First down and more.
Thompson.
Touchdown, Stephen Thompson.
High steps into the end zone. Wow.
And it's 13-0, Alief Taylor.
Yep. That may be the old dagger, even though we still have 13 minutes to play. And as we mentioned, that 2-score deficit being huge in this ball game. And Thompson just right off tackle. And then once he gets into the secondary, he hot steps his way into the end zone for 6.
Clifton Lewis had a chance to blow that play up at the line of scrimmage, but maybe over pursuit. And then Thompson ran right by him. Here's the swinging gate, a 2-point try, and Thompson's denied. Dropped by Matthew Adams, and the 2-point conversion is no good. A minute to play in our third quarter. It's now 13-0. Alief Taylor on the Legacy Sports Network.
If you're looking somewhere to do some custom embroidery, screen printing, or just find some awesome bling, then it's time to head to Trademark Images. They are located at 4126 Center Street in the heart of Deer Park and are open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Trademark Images does just about everything on just about anything, from rhinestone tees to having your favorite school fan wear. Call them today at 281-930-4700 and go like them on Facebook as well. That's Trademark Images, your hometown spirit store.
Lions ready to kick this one off, but now up 13-0. Ramon Medina, a short pooch punt. This ball's loose. Up for grabs. Who wants it? Third time today, the Hurricanes had not been able to cover the initial bobble, and this time they're lucky to get this ball back because it was bouncing around for quite some time. There's a Lion hurt on the play, and that's Andrew.
I think it's Chris Johnson, I believe, 18. I think it's the sophomore defensive back, special teams player, shaking up on the play. That last draw by Alief Taylor after the interception, they go on a 64-yard drive on 4th and 1, 15-yard touchdown run by Stephen Thompson. They go for a 2-point conversion, comes up short. So with 55 seconds to go here in the third period, the visitors, Alief Taylor leading Hightower 13-0. Here at Hall Stadium.
All right, Ken, if you're the Hurricanes, what do you do knowing that while there's still plenty of time, the way these teams have worked the clock and played offense in the first three quarters, it's not been a quick strike attack?
Well, we've seen Nico Hollins make a couple of completions. He had the big completion on the last drive before the interception. So I think you let him air it out. You still have Appleton, who's had some success on the ground. So you don't want to go primarily through the air, but you're going to have to air it out at some point.
Appleton runs right into the line and very little running room. He found Kenneth Robinson, the linebacker. Knowing that it's been tough to sustain drives and score, do you try more for a big play and try and hit a home run, or do you stay to it and stick to your efforts of moving the ball slowly downfield?
Well, I would try to spread this Alief Taylor team out. I try to get Appleton maybe out in space, a little flare pass, maybe a screen pass, but then you also want to look downfield to your big play guys as well.
Possibly the final play here in our third quarter. 2nd and 8 for the Hurricanes. Nico Hollins, again, the quarterback, low snap, able to collect. Throws over the middle, and that pass was nearly intercepted. It was too tall even for the defensive back.
See, now that's a pass play where he doesn't even look at the receiver. He's just throwing to a spot. The pass was high and late.
Safety Kenneth Edison Magruder, you'll see on this replay.
Yeah, see, he just takes the snap, cranks, ducks his head, and throws the football. Watch him here. Catches it, watch his head, ducks. Never saw where he was throwing the football.
Is that an issue of just sensing the pressure?
Yeah, absolutely. It looked like he took a blow to the head. That could have been a roughing the passer call.
3rd and 8, another big play for Hightower as they try and stay on the field. Nifty move by Nico Hollins. How about that? A running play up near midfield, and then he's knocked out of bounds. Coach McGinnis wants a late hit. He's not going to get one. But a big play by his sophomore quarterback will keep the Hurricanes on the field.
Yeah, good scramble that time by Hollins. Feeling the pressure. Taylor, again, just coming with a 4-man rush. He steps up in the pocket. Didn't find anyone downfield. Good job there to elude the defender. And then it's a foot race to the sideline.
Coach McGinnis wanted the penalty, but seeing the replay, that was not worthy of one. I think his quarterback slipped once he got off the surface towards the concrete. But he won't turn down the big play from Nico Hollins, who's been on in relief of Don Wilkerson, and he fumbles the snap. 1 step forward, 2 steps back for both teams at times offensively, and it seems like so many times after a big play to move the sticks, there's been a bobbled snap, a negative play, a penalty of some sort.
And that's just attention to detail. You cannot have these type of mistakes the third game into the season. These are things that you look for in opening week, not in the third week.
Back to the final quarter after this. Lions lead by 13.
Here's a crazy idea. What if your bank actually paid you for using your debit card? Let's say 10 cents for every $10 or more debit card purchase. How amazing would that be? We call it Cashback Counts Checking from Community Bank, a free debit card that pays you to use it. Even he's smiling at that. Swipe all you can from your bank. Community Bank of Texas. Bank where you live.
A physical night here from Kent Hall Stadium. In 12 minutes from now, the game clock, one of these teams will be above 500 and one will be below. Lots to play for. A couple of 1-1 teams, 13-0 Taylor with the lead, but the Hurricanes with the football. Pressure coming from the backside, and Hollins just got planted. Just got planted by Ernest Elamine, the defensive end, who came on the rush almost untouched.
Yeah, he got around the offensive tackle on that right side. There's a flag down in the backfield near where the sack took place, and he just went around the.
How about that? He makes the big play, but he gets flagged for the celebration.
Yeah, you saw that too on film there, where he goes down into the little doggy walk stance, and he gets pulled out of the game immediately for that. So that's not going to fly well. Again, you see him go around the big offensive tackle, Kobe Butts. Quarterback does not feel the pressure and drags it down. Now watch the little reaction. Now that's going to get you 15 yards every time.
Don't do it in front of the official either.
No.
One step forward, 2 steps back.
No.
Good job by our crew to capture that. You see what the flag was for. 1st and 10. Hurricanes able to get a big play after what looked like a huge negative play, and Roosevelt Appleton surges inside the 40-yard line, as we'll be inside 11 and a half minutes when this football's marked. Hurricanes are going to need 2 scores, and they desperately would like to get one on this drive against a defense for Taylor that has impressed me with their physicalness and nature throughout the first 3 quarters this evening.
Their defense has been off the charts here tonight, and again, this is a team that gave up 49 points last week, so you know they came in with a chip on their shoulder tonight.
They played on Thursday, so they had a little extra time to try and get back on track, and that means more time for those coaches to be in their ears. There was some movement.
It's going to be against Taylor, I believe.
Contact was made. Not able to get back into a defensive position. Should you touch or make contact with a lineman? So another defensive penalty here on Alief Taylor.
So now that's going to make it 2nd down and short. And this is an opportunity where Coach McGinnis may have Hollins go up top. You almost have a free play here.
Well, yes, you do. And Spencer Smith is the receiver lined up to the right. The problem is he is gutted by that D1 corner, Chris Hardiman.
Yeah, you might want to come down here to the near side.
Right now there's no safety, though, downfield. Hollins, look at that, on 2nd and 1, goes down for another big loss. And there were multiple white shirts there immediately.
Yeah, there were Lions and Tigers and Bears all in the backfield on that play.
How about that? Elijah Sweet made the play. He was the man who came on to replace Elamine as the defensive end after that celebration penalty.
Yeah.
He makes a play of his own.
Yeah, just nowhere to run, nowhere to hide for Hollins on that play. Now the referees having a meeting at the 40-yard line between both ball clubs.
This is a conversation you can guess what it's all about. Knock it off.
Exactly.
That is the message.
You don't want this ball game to get out of control. Guarantee he's telling them next player that does something is going to be out of here.
0 tolerance, I would imagine.
But that's an excellent job by the referee. I applaud him bringing both of the teams together at the football, at the 40, and letting them know to knock it off. That's excellent officiating.
I second that. But it's 3rd and 7, so just about the time Hightower takes a sigh of relief after getting a 1st down, they find themselves in a 3rd and long. And let's see if Nico Hollins can make another play. 2 receivers each side of the football field. Hollins back trying to set up the bubble screen. The pass is caught by Smith. He's dropped inside the 40, shy of the first down. It'll be 4th down, we think. We thought this last drive, and either we were wrong or somebody else was wrong, but unfortunately it looks like there's another injured player on the field, and that may be Smith, who made that nice catch.
Yeah, he got clobbered inside the 40. Took a hard hit. And so it's going to be 4th down now, partner, and 4th and 4, down by 13 points. Obviously, you don't have a choice but to go for it here. Depends on what you're going to dial up with the young quarterback.
On the Legacy Sports Network, we encourage you to like us on Facebook. Of course, on Twitter, Legacy Sports Net is your address. And you can find us on youtube.com/Legacy Sports Network. Watch these games on Comcast Sportsnet Houston on Saturday mornings at 7 a.m. You can watch them on YouTube. Multiple ways to follow high school football throughout the greater Houston area. We're in Fort Bend County tonight. Brett Dolan and Ken Moore had a lot of injured players. Ken, you know, whether it's high school or college, I've seen way too many injuries in these first couple of weeks. I know with the value of keeping people healthy, maybe in a preseason camp, you don't do as much hitting as you normally would do. It's hard to replicate a game situation. When you start taking big shots and you're playing 4 quarters, you see a lot of guys get hurt in these first couple of weeks, and you hope nothing is serious with some of these playmakers.
Right, and the good news tonight is that most of the players, well, all of the players actually have been able to walk off the field, so it doesn't appear to be anything too serious here tonight.
Boy, could Hightower really be punting on 4th and 4 down 2 scores in the fourth quarter?
Nope. I would doubt it, but
we saw Williams try and fake one earlier.
So now they're going to take a timeout after the injury timeout. And think about it a little bit longer. So Coach McGinnis, they tried to sneak a player under center to see what would happen. But the bluff is called. We'll take a break. Hightower trailing 13-zip.
If you're looking for the best selection of crawfish on this side of Louisiana, the Louisiana Crawfish Hut is the place to go. Our seafood selection will make you go home completely satisfied with our dishes, such as our oyster louie and hut platter, not to mention desserts that will cure your sweet tooth craving. The Louisiana Crawfish Hut offers any type of atmosphere you're looking for, whether day or night, 7 days a week with the best service you will find around. Come in and watch your favorite team on any of our 16 TVs. The Louisiana Crawfish Hut, located off Highway 90 in Crosby, offering the best that Louisiana has to offer here in Texas.
Fourth and 4 after the timeout. The Hurricanes will go for it. Boy, that's a tough play to get 4 yards. And the push forward may be short.
I think they got about half of it, but half won't be good enough.
I don't think I've seen many plays like that on 4th and 3 or 4th and 4.
No, I can't say that I have, especially after a timeout.
Officials won't even measure. They will say this ball belongs to the Lions. Our game is brought to you in part tonight by First Community Credit Union. First Community Credit Union, think first. Brett Dolan and Ken Moore with you. Where are we at next week, partner?
Where are we at next week, guys?
We'll get back to you. We'll let you know. Far from here, I know that.
I think we're going to be on the east side somewhere. Well, we had an excellent couple of games the first couple of weeks without you, my man.
That's what I understand.
Wow.
I don't want to be the jinx.
Hey, we're within 2 scores. I mean, we got 9:28 to go. If they can come up with a big, what they really need is a turnover.
Yes, they do.
They need a big defensive play.
Yes, they do. And Alief Taylor lining up with a couple of tight ends, looking like they want to pound the football into the line. And on the first play, Caleb Campbell surges into the line. Did he lose the ball? The Hurricanes say they have it. We'll see what the officials say.
They're taking a long time to unpile.
Hurricanes say they have the football. And they do. On cue, the Hurricanes make a big play. Just when it looked like Alief Taylor might be able to exterminate some of the clock.
Well, like I said, partner, it's a long time to go in high school football. Stranger things have happened. And it's Campbell up the middle. Can't see when the football came out, if he was actually down or not, but nevertheless, it's going to be 1st and 10, Hightower at the Taylor 39-yard line, their first big break of the ball game.
Joel Williams made the hit that knocked the ball loose. It was hard to see who got it back, but we know the Hurricanes have it. At the 39 of Alief Taylor. Nico Hollins had the snap land at the feet of Roosevelt Appleton. Another misfire on the exchange. It hit Appleton on the shoes, and he's lucky just to get that back. Next week will be at Klein, Westfield at Klein. We've got 8:48 and counting to decide this one from Kent Hall Stadium here in Missouri City. Hightower down 13-zip.
Well, that is far from here.
Yes, it is. I told you, I knew it was far. I didn't know where, but I knew it was a long way.
Oh.
2nd and 11. Holland steps up into the pocket. Pass was deflected, nearly picked. Kalu got a hand on it.
Yeah, that was a three-way collision down on the far sideline near the 20. Smith shaking up once again. We saw him take a big hit earlier. Hollins again stepping up in the pocket, coming over from the safety position. Yeah, that was a nice job that time. It's Josh Kalu. We've called his name a couple of times tonight.
Yes, we have. Earlier this year, he had a 97-yard kickoff return for a touchdown, so we can make some plays, special teams or defensively. Brings up a 3rd and long. The play clock's inside 5, and the Hurricanes need some urgency. With the play clock at 1, have to get it off. I don't think they did.
The referees didn't see it.
They got away with it. Open receiver! Inbounds! Catch made by Pleasant. That should have been a delay, Ken, and they end up with a big play.
Wow, 30-yard pass play after the play clock clearly hit double zeros for a good second or two, but the referees were never looking at the clock, neither was the quarterback, so Hollins takes full advantage, avoids the rush, and an excellent throw downfield as he hits Pleasant on the sideline, and now it's a 1st and goal for the Hightower Hurricane.
Best throw of the night from Nico Hollins, who did not start this game. 1st and goal from the 10.
That's going to be offside against Alief Taylor on this play, I do believe.
Appleton got a couple of yards, but you're right, a flag is down from the line judge. In fact, both line judges dropped hankies. Clock stopped, 8:11 to go in our 4th. And it is offsides defense.
Wow, so we'll see how big a play that turns out to be if the Hurricanes can punch this in and make it a one-possession game.
I give our official credit for asking the Hightower bench, but 3 or 4 times he was saying offsides, you want to take it? Of course you want to take it. 1st and goal from the 5 or 2nd and goal from the 8? I mean, come on.
Yeah, you can assume the obvious.
You can just move it right there. Hollins looking to throw. He's got Spencer Smith, and he's got a touchdown. And the Hurricanes are back in this one. How about the turn of events? The fumble. What could have been a delay of game. And then a touchdown.
And there's the slant pattern they were working on in pregame. 2 incompletions early in the ball game. That one a perfect strike to Smith, and he takes it in for 6.
David King, the corner, broke away from Smith, and give Nico Hollins credit, made the play.
A little trouble on the extra point team. They haven't had many extra points lately, so that's to be expected.
That's a good point. Marana will try and knock one through. It's a high snap. It's a low kick. That's a knuckleball that's no good.
Jeez. They hadn't had much practice, at least in game situations. So it's still going to be a 7-point deficit. 7:59 to go. Another barn burner potentially? We'll find out when we come back.
Change is inevitable. Time waits for no one. And those who look only to the past are rarely ready for their future. Never underestimate our ability, because after all, we are Texans.
Missed extra point to make this a 7-point game with 7:59 to play. And Ken kind of getting off sideways here. Young man by the name of Devin O'Sullivan from Mildred High School in Corsicana, the Eagles, last week set the record for career extra points in Texas high school football. He broke a record set by Garrett Hartley, who's now with the Saints. And I'm going to give you the number here in a second. I want you to do the math, because it's pretty darn impressive.
All right.
Keep in mind, just a couple of games into what would be his senior year. Kick is taken at the 5. It's Kalu. Remember, he had that big return last week, trying to get the corner. Makes a nice play at the 30, and he's out of bounds. 221 extra points to set the record. Do the math on that. Even if they're playing 15, 16 games, that's a lot of darn touchdowns from the Mildred Eagles.
My goodness. Kid may, wow, that's a lot.
We've had a couple of misses here tonight, and that's why it's a 13-6 game.
Yeah, they could borrow him down here tonight with the extra points miss. But that's very impressive. Not to even have one blocked or a bad snap. Not sure if they would count a bad snap or not, but I'm assuming they would.
I mean, if he finishes with 270, 280 in his career, think of how many touchdowns that is.
Now, what classification is that?
That I can't answer.
Okay.
It's Stephen Thompson, a couple of yards as we go near the 740 mark in this game.
That last drive by Hightower, 39-yard drive after the fumble recovery. 5-yard touchdown strike, Nico Hollins to Spencer Smith. They missed the extra point. The Hurricanes back in the ball game. They trail it by 7, 13-6. 7.5 minutes to go in this one.
Second and 8 for the Lions. They're in no hurry. They're going to try and run some clock and take some time off and maybe find a way to score again. Olanade leading Brown too far.
Now, let's give some credit to this Hightower defense, as they have played well for most of this football game. Now they're coming up a big third down situation, trying to get the crowd involved. Coach McGinnis yelling out his defensive signals. If they can force a punt here, it will definitely put their offense in good field position.
3rd and 8. Hightower defense trying to give their offense the football back. Remy Olanade, the junior quarterback, stands with Caleb Campbell to his right. 3 receivers to the right. Play blown dead.
Now after the penalty, it's going to be a 3rd and very long, 3rd and 13. And we'll see if the Hurricanes maybe dial up a blitz here on 3rd and long, excuse me, or if they just come with the 4-man rush.
Keenan Brown lined up to the left. Olanade looking in his direction, but this pass nowhere close to the mark. Sails into the bench area. And it was in front. Cameron Campbell made the play on the sidelines.
They came with a 4-man rush, and they got to the quarterback. And laying the lumber on him was Cameron Harvey. As you watch him come through and put a big hit on Olanabe, and that forced that pass to go out of bounds. And, yeah, Campbell, he's an all-around athlete. Put him at wide out.
How many times have we seen a
Look at his
quarterback
hit.
planted
Wow,
like that
look
tonight?
at that hit.
Williams hoping for a chance to make a play. He stands back at his own 32-yard line, waiting to get the ball off the foot of Aguilar. Aguilar milking more the play clock. Finally takes the snap. Alief Taylor had all kinds of issues punting last week. That a line drive punt taken by Williams. He gets the near side. He has some blockers set up. He's got some speed. He's in midfield. He cuts back at the 40. Inside the 25-yard line. At the 26, in fact. We get a ball game.
33 yards on the punt. All of it eaten up on the return and then some. And just like that, the Hurricanes 26 yards away from a potential tying touchdown and extra point.
Let's see this one again. Once Williams made that first man miss and the second man with a nice move, he was going to have some running room.
And you see him just break it to the outside, turns it vertical. Good job by Aguilar to slow him down, at least get in his way. First down now for the Hurricane.
Roosevelt Appleton fighting for yardage. Real nice play on first down, almost at the markers again. In fact, he's shy by maybe half a yard. We'll be inside 6 minutes to go in this game by the time the Hurricanes snap again. That extra point that they missed after that last touchdown could be huge right now should they score again.
Yeah, because now you're looking at going for a tie.
Absolutely.
And if you don't have confidence in your place kicker, you may end up going for two in the lead.
You ask me right now if they score whether they go for 2 or 1, I might vote 2.
You might, depending on how much time is left.
Another timeout on the field. It's called by Hightower. Nope, Alief Taylor uses a defensive timeout. You see Hightower, they have just 1 remaining. We'll take a break. Back for the final 5:43 from Hightower after this.
McDonald's Dollar Menu just keeps getting better. Introducing the all-new mouth-watering grilled onion cheddar burger, topped with melty white cheddar and caramelized onions. Plus all your tasty favorites for just $1 each. Every day, as always, there's a lot to love for a little on McDonald's Dollar Menu.
Second and 1 for the Hurricanes, and Ken, we talked about this last time. It was the second and short. You would think maybe a chance for a big play, but we've seen negative plays in that situation. So you wonder if Hightower will just try and pick up the first down, and that'll be the try, but I don't know if they got it. They should. Football near the 15. They'll have to unpile.
Yeah, Morano, the extra point kicker for Hightower, he was 2 of 2 in their opener against Eisenhower. So they do pick up the first down, move the chains. So if they get into that situation, they may show confidence in the young kicker.
Nico Williams, who picked up that first down, doing a lot of running. Went over to the sideline to get a play. Meanwhile, you see the Lions sideline. Their defense so good, really, through 3 quarters. Now on their heels a bit, and the Hurricanes are on the march. Nico Williams gives to Appleton, and he just competes to get back to the line of scrimmage. He made 1 man miss, but Campbell got him, along with Keon Hudson, who combined on the stop. And you see Appleton limping back to the huddle.
Yeah, he's had a tough night. He's carried the ball quite a bit. He's been their bell cow.
If you go back to that shot, you can see it looks like there's something wrapped on that left leg below his pants to begin with. We'll see him as he lines up. A little wrap to begin with.
Over, yeah, that left knee.
Taped up, but he was limping after that run of no gain, so it's 2nd and 10, 4.5 to play in this one.
Wow, here come the flags again. Timeout. Taylor. Is that their final timeout?
Third and final timeout. We're going to keep it here. Brett Dolan and Ken Moore, great to have you with us on the Legacy Sports Network. Friday night game of the week. Next week, Westfield and Klein, but we've got a good one here. Third straight week. I'm not the jinx.
No, you're not. No. We've been blessed with some real good ball games. This one not as high scoring as the ones the previous 2 weeks, but it has been intriguing as well. It's been a bit sloppy, a lot of penalties, a lot of fumbles, turnovers in the ball game, but both teams have fought hard. Both teams have stayed competitive, especially over here for Hightower being down 13-0. Thought the game may be over. They came up with a big turnover, converted it into points. Defense came up with a big stop, got a big punt return. Now they're looking at a 2nd and 10 inside the red zone.
So the Hurricanes need a touchdown and a PAT to tie. Thought we had two relatively evenly matched teams. I think we have that. Pitch play going to Appleton, trying to get the blocking set up. Does he get the corner? Well, not much there. Just barely inside the 20, but
you see him hobbling up at the top of the screen. I don't know how much more he can endure. A yeoman's effort by the senior, trying to be there for his ball club, but you just have to wonder if they may have a better opportunity with Pleasant in the backfield at this moment.
And the other thing is, Ken, we saw Nico Hollins finally make a couple of real sharp passes in that last drive, including the touchdown score.
And we saw him scramble a lot too, so we'll see what they come up with here on third down. They're going to go I formation, twins to the left.
Outside receiver Spencer Smith, he has the score tonight for the Hurricanes. 3rd and 10. Hollins back, beginning to run. Well, he's got some room if he wants it.
Oh, he tripped over the 15-yard line.
Turf Monster got him. Camden Campbell was the nearest man there. And Appleton is hurt, down in the backfield. And it'll be 4th down for Hightower.
Well, now you're looking at a 4th and 9 situation as we'll take a look at the replay here as he's looking for that slant pattern.
Did he have the corner if he wanted to run to this near sideline?
I'm not sure, but I know he had some operating room back in the middle of the field. He tried to make that cut to get away from Campbell, and he just tripped himself up. You know, Campbell has speed. He may have been able to chase him down to the outside before he was able to get to the sticks.
Even if he didn't get the first down, he may have set up a 4th and shorter than what they're facing now, a 4th and 9.
Absolutely. So now decision time, 4:08 to go. Do you try the short field goal and hope to play defense and get the football back, or do you go ahead and roll the dice and try to convert?
You're going to need a touchdown sometime. I think you might as well go for it here.
I agree with your partner. So now the concern now is for Appleton, and again, we saw him limping on those previous 2 plays, and you just pray that this is nothing serious down here for the young man.
It's been a physical game, and we pointed out a couple of times Appleton just didn't look right with some limping and issues on those opportunities. He's being helped up here. It's going to be a slow, long walk back to his sideline.
The good news is he's coming off under his own power. That's always a good thing.
Young man committed to the University of Houston. Played for Tony Levine.
A lot of D1 athletes on this field tonight.
Certainly are, and they factored in this game. See who will factor now for Hightower on a key 4th and 9.
You want to identify number 52 in red and white, and you want to try to go the opposite way of where he is.
I think you got to look for Spencer Smith here to the left. Campbell wants to go in that vicinity. Throws to the end zone. Knocked down. Good coverage by David King, and the Lions will get the football back.
Yeah, excellent coverage by King, the 5'9" senior defensive back. A lot of pressure on the young quarterback Hollins. He tried to step up in the pocket, tried to make a play. As you'll see, they'll come with a 4-man rush, really 5. Good job by Hollins just to get it off, but excellent coverage in the end zone. So it's going to be 4th down, 1 timeout remaining for Hightower as they need to come up with another big defensive stand.
Spencer Smith was the target in the end zone, but you're right, the Hurricanes need to make a play defensively. 1st down or 2 would really go a long ways towards the Lions winning this game. And they'll go to the ground and not get much. couple of yards, maybe 1 yard for the ball carrier, and that was Caleb Campbell, and there was some extracurriculars involved in that play. Maybe trying to strip that ball loose.
Yeah, absolutely. They forced a fumble on a couple of possessions ago, and they'll be looking for another one here. Again, as we approach the 3-minute mark, only one timeout remaining for Hightower, so a couple of first downs by Taylor will pretty much do it. But they face a 2nd and long. And Brown is out of the ball game as well. We saw him limp out earlier with a hamstring.
Looks like he's back in on the far side.
Yes, I'll stand corrected. He is back in the ball game.
A few yards for Caleb Campbell. So it'll be 3rd down. Hightower has a chance to get the ball back and not have to burn their last time out. But 3rd and short, forthcoming for Alief Taylor.
Stephen Thompson has been their big man in the backfield so far tonight. He and Caleb Campbell each have had a nice ball game. Thompson's been the bell cow, deuce, 22. We'll see if they go to him on this critical 3rd and short.
Keeper for Olenade. Boy, that's close.
Wow.
He slipped right near the marker, and boy.
I think they're going to give him the benefit of the doubt from where they spotted. They spotted, it's a 1st down.
And that's the case, and you see some of the Hurricanes say, what? You know, they want a measurement, but it's maybe by the length of a football or two, moves the sticks, and that's huge.
Yeah, he just needed to cross the 24-yard line, and they spotted, as you can see, just shy of the 25. So a new set of downs. Clock continues to roll under 2 minutes.
Hurricane defense needs to play for a turnover now. The give is to Campbell. Works the pile shy of the 30, maybe a gain of 3 on the play. The play clock hasn't started yet, and the game clock right around $1:30.
Coach McGinnis trying to decide when to use that final timeout.
Almost has to do it after this next play, I would think.
I would think so.
The Lions will not have to snap the football until the game clock is just a little north of a minute. 2nd and 6. No gain whatsoever.
Now you take that timeout.
Caleb Campbell unable to move the pile, and the timeout is used with 1:03 remaining. Both teams, I believe, are out of timeouts.
According to the scoreboard, yes.
13-6, Alief Taylor with the lead. And again, you can like us on Facebook, Legacy Sports Network. Tweet us, Legacy Sportsnet. Always like those tweets. And always encourage you to watch us on YouTube.
On the go. So now, game situation, 1:03 to go. Alief Taylor undoubtedly will run the football here. That should take about 5 to 6 seconds. That'll put you at about 57 seconds or so. You give maybe about 8 to 10 seconds for them to unpile. So maybe at about 50, the play clock will start. And that will run down to around 30, 25 seconds. They don't have a timeout, so they will have to punt it at that time. So you'll look at Alief at Hightower probably getting the football back with about 20 seconds to go around midfield if they're lucky.
Need to make a play here.
And fumble.
Is the football loose?
And
play was blown up immediately.
And there's a 15-yard penalty. That's going to stop the clock. Are you kidding me?
Who threw the punch?
There was a punch on, I believe it was Caleb Campbell.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you see Brown over there talking to him. If we can get a shot of the huddle back there. But Brown, the senior, talking to Campbell. Campbell threw a punch. So not only does it stop the clock, that's going to be 15 yards going backwards the other way against Alief Taylor.
And we're going to see an ejection. 50 seconds to play.
Wow.
You've got to have better composure than that.
Wow.
We'll see it again. Play was blown dead immediately.
Blown
now, it's
dead.
been chippy to begin with, and you see trying to rip that ball loose.
I mean, nothing's going on. And he just punches the guy. I mean, there's no reason for that whatsoever.
Not when you're trying to run this clock out.
And you're a senior. You're a senior tailback. You just cannot have that, especially after referees have took the courtesy of warning you.
Oh, my, offsetting.
Wow. I didn't see 36 throw a punch. I don't know what he said. But from our vantage point, we'll look at it again. See if we can pick up here. 36 just gets up, and I mean, he just takes a left to the jaw. I mean, I'm not sure what he did. He didn't do anything at all that I could see.
I mean, it does stop the clock. That's a break for Hightower instead of running off an extra 25 seconds. But they could have been backed up 15 yards.
That's Antonio McElvin, senior linebacker for Hightower, so he's also out of the game.
We've seen one big return in excess of 30 yards tonight by Khalil Williams. He stands at his own 40-yard line hoping for a chance to make another play.
And the clock runs. That's another negative. So the clock is running.
Play clock inside 5. Aguilar will snap it. And he gets the kick off, and one of his better kicks in a long time. Williams needs to go get this one. He lets it bounce. It'll take a few more seconds off the clock. He's lucky that went out of bounds with 17 seconds. Had it continued to roll, it could have run off another 5 or 6 seconds. That ball has to be fielded.
Absolutely, absolutely. So as we talked about, bad break really, I believe, for Hightower in that situation, because that should have been a dead clock and 15 yards the other way. But nevertheless, they have 17 seconds. They have a wing and a prayer. We'll see what Hollins can come up with here. He's 62 yards away from pay dirt.
We couldn't hear if there was something being said. We could see the punch, though, and offsetting personal fouls and the ejections. But Hightower has 17 seconds again to work with, down 7 points.
So as we say in the old backyard, it's 1st and 62.
Spencer Smith, who has the touchdown, the lone wide receiver to the wide side. That's to the left. You just barely see him there on your screen. See if there's time to throw.
Oh, that's
no, sir. Campbell was there on the stop, also involved in the tackle.
Oh, go.
Go ahead.
Time.
Keep it going. 89.
Obakulu.
2 seconds left. Will they get the play off? He spikes it, but he spikes off the final second, and that's the ball game. That should do it, and will Alief Taylor holds on. They go to 2-1, defeating Hightower by a score of 13-6.
Well, very anticlimactic end to this one, as inauspiciously they spike it to end the ball game. And unfortunately for Hightower, their second consecutive defeat as they go down again at home to Alief Taylor, 13-6.
Brett Dolan and Ken Moore with you again here from Hightower. 13-6 was our final score, and we thought we had two evenly matched teams. I think we got that tonight. We had a finish that went down to the final few seconds. It was not a well-played game from the sense of turnovers and penalties, but there was one that was entertaining.
Yeah, absolutely. Both ball clubs, they fought hard. It was a 13-zip ball game. We thought Hightower was going to get blown out here in the second half, but they got a big turnover. They were able to convert that into points. The young quarterback Hollins came in off the bench, showed a lot of potential, struggled in the first half, made some good passes, some good scrambles out of the backfield. So they may have something to work with going into district play in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, Hollins came off the bench. He had that touchdown pass to Spencer Smith. They gave them a chance. They missed the extra point. It looked like they might get the ball back with one more opportunity to put the ball in the end zone. It didn't happen. So, again, there's a big difference between 1-2 and 2-1. You have to give Alief Taylor credit. Their defense pretty physical, and they found a way to make enough plays to get the win tonight.
Absolutely. So we're going to see you guys next week out in Klein.
For Ken Moore, I'm Brett Dolan. Thanks for watching. Again, our final score here from Hightower and Hall Stadium. It was Alief Taylor winning by a score of 13-6. I'm Brett Dolan for our entire crew. Good night, everyone.
I think I have the window seat.
You better double check that, my friend. Don't think we don't know who you are.
Yeah, I'm Aaron Rodgers.
No, that's not it. You're that State Farm discount double check guy.
Discount double check. Thanks to the hundreds you saved us, we could upgrade the grill class.
Grill class?
Your tongs are in your seat back.
Save with the discount double check today. Get to a better state. State Farm.